mean, does anybody really care about our heat wave? Perhaps. I might have to refilm my introduction. Anyway, that's more than you need to know, ladies and gentlemen. Vlogging ain't for the faint of heart, y'all. Hi everyone, it's me, Jess. Welcome to a reading vlog. I haven't done one of these in a while. Here I am, ready to film a reading vlog over the next 4 days. I don't want to do too much of a touristy vlog, but it's beautiful weather in Montreal, so I'm probably going to go around to some nice parks and maybe visit the Botanical Gardens. My daughter is going to be working in the Old Port this summer, and she's starting work this weekend, so I might go and film a little bit down there. So yeah, it's really what happens in Montreal when summer arrives, like many places I'm sure, is that it just bursts at the seams, and especially because of COVID restrictions really being removed. For example, our mask mandate. People are going to be ready to party. I can tell you that. So I thought it'd be a fun week to do a reading vlog. I'm going to be reading The Mercies, which is my pick for the May the Force Read With You readathon. I'm on the dark side, and this is the book that is for the prompt seduction, a book with a pretty cover. The Mercies by Kiran, Millwood, Hargrave. This is about a small fishing village in Norway where there's a massive storm and all the men who are out fishing perish, and the women are left to take over. So I'm very, very stoked to start that. I'm also going to read my first French book of the year, which is an Agatha Christie, which I think is about as simple as I could make it. I mean, it's not a children's book. I keep reminding myself it's not a children's book, but it is an Agatha Christie. I think it will be fun. I'm not sure if this is, I never looked up to see if this is part of the Poirot series. It's called Le Meurtre, which means the murder, de Roger Ackroyd. See, first published in June 1926 in the UK. It is the third novel to feature Hercule Poirot as the lead detective. So we're not starting a series here, which was one of the prompts, but we are gonna read it in French, so yay to that. The third book I've still yet to find, got from Gunpowder Fiction and Plot. Oh, my battery's about to run out. Did a call out at the end of his wrap up to see if anybody wanted to buddy read a book with him, and so I'm gonna buddy read with him Strange Weather in Tokyo, which I've been wanting to read for a while, by Hiromi Kawakami for the Asian Heritage Month. So I'm going to go to the library to find that today, and I'm also going to go to the pool for a swim today. There's a pool, local pool in my neighborhood. I'm going to go and do some lane swim today, and yeah, enjoy the beautiful sunny weather, and I'll take you along with me and hopefully get some reading done. And if I can get the hammock up this weekend, that would be just amazing. So yeah, welcome to another reading vlog. See you later. See you soon. Good morning. Good morning tout le monde. It's Jess. Hi, good morning. I have to give you a fairly quick update because I've got to give my daughter a ride to her last class of the year. Very exciting stuff. I wasn't able to update everyone yesterday. Why? Well, I got really tired. We are having a heat wave here. It is currently very early in the morning and not so hot yet. It's like 9 o'clock, and it is, just to give you a sense, it's 23 degrees. It's supposed to go up to 31 degrees today, and it was 30 yesterday. So it's just been making me very tired. The heat has been making me very tired, y'all. But I'll give you a little update on where I am with my books and finding the one book that I was looking for. But I went swimming yesterday and it was fan-friggin-tastic. There's this local pool. I'm not going to say the name and I'm not going to say where it is. I wasn't able to film in the pool, at the pool, obviously. But oh my gosh, it was so nice. And they have a lane swim every afternoon during the week except for on Sundays, Mondays, and Tuesdays. So I'm going to be going swimming again today. But before I do that, in between, I'm going to take you to the Botanical Gardens, which is one of the main attractions in Montreal if you're visiting Montreal. And I'm going to take my book with me, and I'm going to do some reading in the beautiful Botanical Gardens. I'm sure they're just bursting at the seams with flowers now that it's so hot. Montreal literally goes from winter to summer. There's no in between. So I'll just give you a quick little update on where I'm at with my reading. In terms of Strange Weather in Tokyo, I wasn't able to find a copy at any of my local libraries. I don't have enough time to wait to order a physical copy online. I've been to like 3 of my local bookstores and they don't have a copy. So I ended up getting an e-reader copy. I don't use my e-reader very often, but here we are. So I haven't started it yet, but I think I will probably start this today, maybe today, maybe tomorrow. I did start the Mercies, which so far is really good. I'm a little concerned about, because I don't have the audiobook, I'm concerned about saying the characters' names correctly. So if I butcher any of the names, please forgive me ahead of time. The story is following 2 young female characters. The first woman's name is Marin. The other woman, whose story we've just started to be introduced to, is a woman named Ursa. And they're from very different worlds. The story starts off in this small fishing village at the northernmost. Oh, this is cool. There's an image of the storm. The book starts off with the storm. Men go out fishing and there's a storm, northeastern Norway. So it's Vardø, Finnmark, northeastern Norway. And the men of the village go out. It's a very small village. I think there's 40 men in total in the village, and they go out to do their day of fishing, and they kind of contemplating, should we go because of the storm. And of course the storm takes all of the men. The women are left. At the moment, what's happening is the women are grappling with this reality. Kirsten, she seems to be the leader of the group of women, but you can also see that there's already a divide in the town between Marin's sister-in-law, Dina. It's spelled D-I-I-N-A, so I don't know if that's how it's pronounced, Dina. She's connected, I think it's her uncle who comes to set up a ritualistic treatment of her husband's body, and he's like a shaman. You can tell there's this kind of idea of shamanism or folkloric type of rituals and practices that's introduced through the character of Dina. And there's some in the town who don't, are not comfortable with that. Marin, who's kind of not in the middle, but she's kind of stuck where her sister-in-law is has this connection to this shamanic world. And the woman Kirsten seems to be taking like a leadership role, like she has been giving directives. And in the last chapter that I read, she took some women out to fish to show that women were also able to fish for their livelihood, and Marin decided to go with her. And this is also creating a bit of a divide in this group of women, because some of the women thought that was a terrible idea and didn't go, and Marin went with Kirsten. So we're going to see how that plays out. Second character, Ursa, and she's been married off to a clergyman. This man is from Scotland that she marries. So he's English. He's being sent there to solidify the church's position in the town. There's already a priest there, but he doesn't seem to have very much sway, and the women sort of make fun of him. So we can see that what's going to happen. Like, I'm very excited because, well, excited, I don't know. I'm already hooked because we can see that Ursa is going to this northernmost town that's already the women are already taking positions of leadership and ownership over the sea. And it's going to be really interesting to see what happens when he arrives. So I will keep you updated. I also started Le Meurtre de Roger Ackroyd. I think it's possible that I'm not going to be able to finish this for this reading vlog. It's fun. I'm really happy that I pushed myself to get started. I've made it to chapter 4. But it does take a little bit longer to read in French, and I noticed with the heat it was making me a little bit tired. Also in French, you have to really like take your time. I was looking words up because there were words that I didn't understand. I don't know if I'm gonna be updating you on this during the vlog, but I'll definitely read it and have a wrap up about it. I'm probably going to focus on the Mercies. I'm going to take Mercies with me to the Botanical Gardens today, and my other plans for the vlog were to take you see, I don't know, it's a little complicated. There's going to be a protest tomorrow in Montreal. It's a little complicated. Montreal, Quebec, politics. I don't know if there's anybody out there who's interested in this at all, but I am a teacher in an English language school. So I will be participating in this protest because the government, the provincial government here, is introducing a bill that will seriously limit the ability for citizens of Quebec to do things in English, including things like a doctor could refuse to speak in any other language than French to patients. There are a couple of things in the bill that are just really worrisome. So for those of you that don't know, English-speaking Quebecers are a minority. We also have a really large multilingual population, or what we refer to as an allophone population, which means a population of immigrants who speak English or French as their second or third language, depending on the case. And so a lot of people, particularly in the city of Montreal, are very concerned about this because we're worried about access to services, that the language demand is going to be limiting access to services. And we are very much of the position of we absolutely respect the French, the French language and the French culture. We are just asking for bilingualism. And that, so really the French who support Bill 96 and support actions like this really feel that bilingualism is a threat to their language and to their culture. And then there's another group of people, the group that I'm a part of, that don't see bilingualism. Well, I mean, obviously I'm English speaking, but I speak French and I use my French whenever possible when I'm interacting with people who speak French. It's not that we don't want to learn French. Many of us have. Yeah, it's concerning. And as a CEGEP teacher, there are some specific concerns for CEGEP, but I won't get into all of that because it's a little bit more complicated for people who aren't familiar. So anyway, so I'm going to protest tomorrow in the 30-degree heat in the morning. And then I think because I'll be downtown, I'll probably visit the old port and show you some sights from there. And hopefully somewhere in between there, I'll get some reading done. That would be great. Oh, and I have a couple more minutes, so I think I'll just unbox because something came in the mail. If you guys have been following for a while, you'll know what this is. So I got something from the book depository, which I've been waiting for so long. I'm so excited for it. Maybe I should read this for the book instead. Yay! Sorrow and Bliss. Maybe I'll read this instead of the French book. Look at me trying to get out of reading the French book. We shall see. I'm definitely going to read the French book, but it's going to take me more than 4 days to read the French book. So we'll see how far we get with my other two. I have a feeling I'm only going to be able to read the 2 books. Oh, and you know what else I got? You'll never believe it, guys. I found this in the book box. Nightbitch by Rachel Yoder. Yoder? This, lots of people have been talking about, and I wouldn't buy this in hardcover, but it was in my local book box. So I think what I might do is, if you watched my picks for this month's readathon, May the Force Read With You readathon, this could potentially be swapped out for My Policeman for a book that shocks you. The first prompt was read a book that shocks you. So I think I might read this instead. See, TBRs are meant to be trashed, I'm telling you. All right. So yeah, I'm going to take you to the Botanical Gardens, and I'm a little nervous. I'm going to be taking my vlogging camera with me because my camera on my phone, this is so sad, you guys, the camera on my phone smashed up. Yes, I dropped my phone. Yes, it was an expensive phone. Yes, it cost a ridiculous amount to replace the glass. Yes, I'm pissed. So I'm going to be taking my vlogging camera with me, so I might not feel comfortable like vlogging, you know. We'll see how it goes. Hello everyone, got my coffee, and this is going to be a feat in vlogging because of all the different, I got to hold the camera with my left hand and hold my coffee in my right hand. I think it's too dark right now. I've taken a side street in the plateau here in Montreal because, well, the plateau is just full of tourists right now. It's crazy how many people there are. And I've just decided it's a good time to vlog. Lots of people have their cameras out, lots of people have their phones out, people are taking photos of stuff. So I'm just blending in with the tourists. You know what I mean? Anyway, I got my coffee and I'm heading to the metro. And I gotta figure out which stop is for the gardens because I haven't been there in such a long time. I don't remember. So I gotta check that out. And yeah, we're on our way. Yay!
Wanna move my feet, wanna drink my wine. 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 Wanna move my feet, wanna drink my wine.
Okay, so we made it. It's very windy here. Super windy. So that's the Olympic Stadium, actually, that structure that I just showed you. And that's what houses the Biodome. The Biodome is a fantastic place to take kids. I used to bring my daughter here all the time. The memory to see the animals. It's really cool. They have animals in their own climate and habitats. And I think they have 4 different habitat climates in the Biodome. It's amazing. In fact, I would go there today if I wasn't going to the Botanical Gardens, but maybe I'll save that for another one. I gotta find my way to the gardens. It's been so long since I've been to the gardens, so bear with me while I find my way, and I'm starving. I gotta get something to eat. 12-minute walk, getting my steps in.
Wanna drink my wine. Wanna move my feet, wanna drink my wine. Wanna move my feet, wanna drink my wine.
Okay guys, I'm here to tell you that 12 minutes, lies, propaganda. I've been walking for like a half an hour, and can you see what's behind me there? Yeah, you guessed it. I'm still walking around the Olympic Stadium trying to find the Botanical Gardens. How does one get lost in one's own city, you may ask. Seems to fit my MO, don't you think? On the plus side, I think I do see in the distance the entrance to the magical, wonderful Botanical Gardens. And I will show it to you as we arrive. I'm very glad that I remembered to pack a water bottle. Little PSA for everybody out there. Pack a water bottle. And yeah, stinking hot today. Already sweating. Already got some big armpit stains. Yes! But I'm excited to lay out my blanket and read.
Wanna move my feet. Wanna drink my wine. Wanna move my feet. Wanna drink my wine. Wanna drink my wine. Wanna move my feet. 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 Wanna drink my wine.
You're never gonna believe this. What a day. So I have myself very nicely set up here. I'm gonna read for a bit here in this park just outside the Botanical Gardens, because so as a Montreal resident I only have to pay like $9 to get a pass to go to the Botanical Gardens, but of course I didn't research that before coming here, and I need to buy my pass in my local city borough office. So I don't have a pass, and a day pass is $16, and I just want to, you know, don't want to spend the money. So, you know, I had a nice sandwich in the restaurant, and got my book, got my water bottle, and I am going to sit and read for a bit in this beautiful kind of outside of the gardens park area. And then I'm going to go home, and I'm going to try to make it to the pool for a swim. So I'll update you. I might update you when I get home, or I might update you as I'm reading now. Yeah, it's been a weird one. Anyway, you don't have to worry about this, because if you're visiting Montreal, you're not going to need to worry about that. You'll just get your pass and you'll go and enjoy the Botanical Gardens, which I can't show you today. I'll show you guys the Botanical Gardens another day. What a bust, hey? Oh well, it's a beautiful day. It's nice and cool. The trees are big and beautiful, and I'm gonna take a rest because my feet are sore. I didn't wear good shoes either. Yeah, so that was my expedition. I'm gonna have to call it an expedition to the Stade Olympique, not to the Botanical Gardens. So the trip was not for naught. Not for naught. Maybe I'll take you guys to see Leonard Cohen's grave instead. How about that? Not today. Another day. Good morning. Yes, hi. I'm just going to do a very quick hello before I leave. I'm getting ready to go to this protest, and yeah, yesterday was kind of a bust. Feeling a bit bad about that, but hopefully today is going to be better. I'm going to take the Mercies with me. I did end up going swimming again yesterday, so I got quite tired, and I did try to read a bit more, but I didn't get too much further. I'm only at a page like 105. So there's not much to say, except that this woman, Kirsten, is a serious badass. Like, she's wearing trousers. She is skinning animals in preparation for the arrival of this Scotsman. This Scotsman seems really pretty scary, I would say. Now remember, this is in 1618. So I think what we're going to end up with here are some very empowered women, a little bit of, they call them the Sami. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. And these are the shaman, the people who practice shamanism and different kind of spirituality. Probably, I think it's going to be equated to witchcraft. It's spelled S-A, but with an accent, Sami. If anybody knows how to pronounce that, let me know. Pronunciations. Okay. Marin is definitely forging a strong friendship with this Kirsten woman. And Ursula, our young new wife, is afraid of her husband. They've been on this ship traveling up north, and he's gotten upset with her so far for speaking to the captain, spending her own money, and speaking in her Norwegian language because he's Scottish and he speaks English. So like some things, these are characters, so I think we're going to get to know the characters of this book. It is actually a historical novel. I didn't know this, but this is based on true events. There really was the storm that is described, and 40 men did perish. It says the indigenous population for whom wind weaving and spirit talking were commonly used practices mostly refused to obey the religious reforms of King Christian. So I think we know what's going to happen. I hope it's not going to be too sad. And I'm really hoping to get Strange Weather in Tokyo started today. As I said, I'm not sure how much progress I'm going to make on the French book during this vlog, but I'll see. So I'll see what footage I can get today of the protest. I might not be able to get any, and hopefully I can get some reading in. It's been very busy, so I've been having a hard time just like sitting down and taking a minute to read. So I'm hoping today will be a bit more chill, as we say. Well, I might go down into the old port. I might update you from there, or I might update you tomorrow morning or tonight. I'm not sure. We're going to see how the day goes. So, gotta get my water bottle, gotta get my sunscreen, gotta get my hat, gotta get my dogs, gotta get my dogs to stop barking at the passersby.
Wanna move my feet, wanna drink my wine. Wanna move my feet, wanna drink my wine. Wanna move my feet, wanna drink my wine. Wanna move my feet, wanna drink my wine.
Hey everyone, so I'm here at this protest. I'm waiting for my friend, she's late. So there's gonna be a lot more action in this vlog than it's gonna be reading, I feel. Yeah, like I think you can see the horses there. The police horses are here. I think they're gonna escort us. Yeah, there's a pretty strong police presence. It's Montreal. Montreal protests.
Wanna move my feet, wanna drink my wine. Wanna move my feet, wanna drink my wine. Wanna move my feet, wanna drink my wine.
Hey, so I'm down in the old port. Looks like there's a tulip, like some kind of a tulip festival happening behind me. And I'm filming this on my iPhone despite my broken camera because I left my camera at home. I don't really know how that happened. We had a great time at the march. I think about 5,000 people showed up, so that was pretty great. And yeah, I'm going to show you some of the sights and hopefully I get some reading. I got a lot of sun, so I'm going to try to make it to the pool yet again today. Things are really bustling down here, lots of tourists around. My first stop is going to be to see my daughter at her workplace. She's working down here in the old port, but I'm pretty sure she won't let me film her, so. And then I'll find a place where I can park, sit my butt down, and maybe read for half an hour or so. It's pretty hot out, so I'll probably end up going to the pool and then reading this evening and updating you guys tomorrow morning. But I did want to still try to give you a bit of a tour. So that's what we're doing with my iPhone with a broken camera. Okay, y'all, so I'm walking by the Ferris wheel here. And the kiosks across from the Ferris wheel are the kiosks where my daughter's working. Then I'm gonna go say hi. Okay, So I had a nice little chat with my daughter, and she has a long evening ahead of her. And now I'm trying to find, apparently there's a beach in the old port, which I've never been to before. So like a man-made beach in the old port. I'm a little reticent to walk for hours and hours to try to find it, but I'm going to go at least over to, there's a clock tower and the Jacques Cartier Bridge, a nice view of the Jacques Cartier Bridge. So I'm going to go over there, hopefully find a place where I can stop. I don't think I'm going to get much reading done because the heat is intense and I don't think I'll be able to stay out that long, but I will do some more reading tonight and update you guys tonight. So it's a half touristy vlog, half reading vlog. I think probably would have been best for me to just choose to read one book in this vlog. So, oh, it's gorgeous out here though, and we're about to see some cool sights. Yep, that's someone ziplining. There's a zip line all the way across here. Yeah, I didn't make it to the beach, but here we go. Look, check it out. Hey y'all, so you can see the really pretty tulip gardens behind me. I'm not gonna go in because I'm not buying tulips. I didn't make it to the beach, surprise, surprise. It's too hot, y'all. It's too hot. I'm getting back in my car. I'm going home. I'm putting on my bathing suit. I'm gonna go swim some laps and then cozy up with my book in the coolness of my fan in my bedroom. And I will check back with you then. It's a heat wave here. 31 degrees today, but it's gonna break tonight. The weather's gonna break tonight, so we're looking forward to that. Hey guys, that's me coming out of my pool. I tried to take some footage in the pool, but it's very clandestine of me. Such a flippin' hot day. And yeah, so I'm really happy I did that. And now I think I'm gonna go to my local and have a pint because it's that kind of a day. I've been ignoring the dogs. So I think I have time to go to my local, get a pint of beer, read perhaps, and then go take the dogs out. Oh, there's always a siren in the city. Sometimes they're so busy that they don't have room. So yeah, let's hope that they have a table for me at Elsa's and I can have a beer and some food. We'll see how it goes. I forgot my mask too, but today they're ending the mask mandate, so I don't think it will matter. Hello. I am now heading home from having had something to eat and having swum and having gotten a lot of sunshine and having read a little bit more, not a lot more, but a little bit more of the Mercies. Ursula, who apparently Ursula is short for Ursula. Ursula and her husband, the commissioner, have arrived at Vardo. Is it Vardo? I have my glasses on so I can't check. At the small town. And he's already collecting names. Like he's doing a census. He wants the names of all the people living in the village. And I think I know where this is going. and it's not good. That's as far as I've gotten. I haven't gotten very far. It has not been a big reading day. It has been a very active day in other ways. I think a lot of people are having this experience where they're being very active in their lives and they don't have as much time for reading as maybe they did in the colder winter months. Certainly, like, I've been a lot more active. So that's a good thing, I think. But I'm committed to finishing this book for this vlog and hopefully starting Strange Weather in Tokyo. It's supposed to rain tomorrow, so I think it'll be a cozy inside day of reading. That's my expectation. So I'm gonna sign off because I gotta go home and take the dogs out. The poor dogs have been ignored. And I don't know, I might take them to a dog park, but I'm starting to fade. I don't have the energy really. So I'm gonna sign off for now. Hi, hello, good morning. So I'm really enjoying the Mercies. Things are getting a little sort of stressful. There's tension building now. I just finished reading a little excerpt, which I'll read to you in a minute just to describe the tension. Basically, Marin has become friends with Ursa, the commissioner's wife, maybe even more than friends. It seems like there's a hint that there might be some like desire between them. So that's kind of interesting. And she has been able to spend time with Ursa because the commissioner has been sent away to another town called Alta. And it seems like there are trials happening in Alta for people who are connected to the Sami, the wind weavers. Starting to get a bit stressful. Marin is trying to convince her sister-in-law Dina to come to the Kirk so that she shows her face there so that the commissioner doesn't suspect her. She's trying to stop them from being confrontational or separate. So she's trying to be a peacemaker between the two kind of factions or groups. I don't know, peacemaker, but she's trying to protect her. So she says, "You'll come to the meet," says Marin, desperate. As Dina opens the door and turns to close it behind her, she gets no answer. She paces back and forth. So Dina's been very adamant, like, I'm not going to go to the Kirk. I'm not going to, show myself. I'm not going to be counted in a census. She paces back and forth before her door. She feels it, a trap being said about them, has felt it since Toril. So Toril is another woman in the village who is very religious. She's been spending a lot of time with the commissioner since he arrived. Has felt it since Toril gave Dina's name in Kirk. So Toril gave Dina's name for the census in Kirk. The news from Alta makes it worse. That's where the commissioner is gone. That the sailors have been going to the Sami for weather charms since they settled here held no currency in the court. Kirsten said they were sent to their deaths within a day. She knows it is against Dina's beliefs, against the Sami ways, to go to Kirk, but she cannot help that it matters less what they believe now than what they pretend to believe. She sometimes wonders if she is pretending a little too. The eye of God feels turned from her, has done since the storm, and since the commissioner's arrival, she fears Cornet far more than any god. So I think we can see where this is going. I'm really enjoying this book so far. It's very atmospheric. The tension is being built. I think we're almost at page 200, so we're 2/3 of the way in and the tension is building. And I mean, I'm invested. I want to see what happens. I don't want anything bad to happen to Marin or Kirsten or even Dina at this point. So I'd be really interested to see how it goes. But I started Strange Weather in Tokyo. I read the first 5 chapters. So far, also really, really good. It's about Tsukiko. So Tsukiko is a woman in her 30s who is fairly lonely, and she starts hanging out at her local bar, I think, yeah. And she meets, where she is reacquainting herself with a teacher that she had when she was young, who she refers to as Sensei. And they form this friendship by spending this time drinking in this bar. I don't know where it's gonna go. So far it's very sweet. He's a little bit condescending and she's a little bit I'll do whatever you say, sensei. And so hopefully that dynamic is going to evolve. So there's something very surreal about the story so far, which I'm really enjoying. And in the last 2 chapters, they've gone mushroom hunting with the owner of the bar, who had suggested it at one point when they were hanging out at the bar. And it seems like at the end of the second mushroom hunting chapter, there's mushroom hunting part 1 and mushroom hunting part 2. They've decided to eat some magic mushrooms. So we'll see where it goes. I think it's going to be interesting. This is a funny Montreal weather phenomenon where we get these forecasts for rain and thunderstorms and then nothing happens for the entire day. I think it's because we're on an island. So I'd really like to make up for my error with the Botanical Gardens. Now I'm going to take you to see Leonard Cohen's grave. It's in an old cemetery. I think there'll be some flowers there too. So hopefully that will make up for the mistake that I made with the Botanical Gardens. Hi everyone, it's me. I'm back. I'm here to show you Leonard Cohen's gravesite here in Montreal. It's in the congregation, I'm just reading the sign from across the street. It's in the congregation Shar Hashemayim Cemetery. And it's super close to the road here. Cemetery is in Uchmo. And I mean, I don't think it's not difficult to find Leonard Cohen's grave. I think lots of people have been to see it and have filmed themselves going to see it. But today is the day that I'm taking you to make up for, as I said previously, for my massive fail with the Botanical Gardens. And I can already see that there are some beautiful tulips planted in the cemetery. So we'll just take a little walk around the cemetery. And then I thought it'd be really fun. I realized that Leonard Cohen's house, the house where he lived in Montreal, is in my neighborhood. So after this, we're gonna hop back in the car and I'm gonna show you his house. Yeah, wrap up the book. I finished the Mercies. I even brought it with me so I could talk about it. I don't think I wanna talk about it in the hot car, but brought my book with me so I could talk about it. That's the plan, everyone. Hope I don't get too weirded out vlogging in the cemetery. I hope it's not too weird. Hopefully there's not very many people there because it's 5 o'clock on a Friday. And I think people have better things to do, potentially. So yeah, I'll just take you up to the gates here of the cemetery. Name of the congregation. The Cohens have a number of plots in the cemetery, actually. And apparently there are a lot of other famous people in the cemetery as well. It's very beautiful. Just very pretty. It's a beautiful day. Not too many people here. Not very many people here at all, I would say. Up on the hill. This is coming from the gate where we just walked in. Oh, I'm not alone. There's someone else here doing the same thing. Paying respects. Hi.
Hi. I'm not the only one coming to visit Leonard Cohen's grave.
No, that's it. I thought 5 o'clock on a Friday.
I met him.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I mean,
wow.
I'm from Montreal. I met him at Irving's teacher in Layton. You know?
Yep.
From Montreal?
I'm not from Montreal, but I do know the reference.
Yeah. Irving Layton. Leonard Cohen walks in. I have the article still. He walks in and I met him. I shook his hand. I said,
yeah.
Thank you for your work, because
yeah.
I never got to see him in concert.
Me neither. So you're not alone. Hello, it's me. So I ended up in kind of a funny, long-ish conversation with someone at Leonard Cohen's grave. I guess there's always someone there. So I didn't get a chance to say too much more, but that was pretty beautiful with all those purple tulips. That was pretty great. So now I'm back in my neighborhood and I'm going to take you to Leonard Cohen's house on the way because it's about 3 blocks from where I live. Talk about my books. So yeah, I finished the Mercies and I really, really, really thought it was great, as a lot of people have. I don't have too much to say about it because I don't want to ruin any of the plot. At this point you get the idea, I think, of the book. I will say it's very tense, it's very dramatic. The ending is not what I thought it was going to be, which is cool. I don't know if that says something about me or something about the ending. Don't want to give it away, I don't want to spoil it. We're coming up to an intersection where there's a lot of people, so I might just stop talking or just keep talking, as the case may be. So the ending was really good. I thought it was a really good ending. I was happy with the ending, but it was a really intense book. So I will say to keep that in mind, just given the topic matter. But I recommend it. I liked that it was character driven. A lot of people have criticized it for being character driven, but I actually really liked that it was character driven. I really liked the character of Marin, the character of Ursula. I thought it was quite beautifully written. It was very sad, very emotional. It was a good read. I felt all the feels, you know? I felt all the feelings of the characters in this book, and the limited choices that they really had, and the terror of the situation. It was upsetting, I will say that. It gets as bad as you think it's gonna get. Like, it did get as difficult as you would think that it would get. So just an update on Strange Weather in Tokyo. I'm really enjoying this book as well. I'm about halfway through. I'm not going to be able to finish it on this vlog. It's just been too busy, y'all. Kind of interesting story about two lonely people who find themselves just continuing to meet. I described the characters, the young woman Tsukiko, and Sensei, her former teacher. And it does seem like, at least it's written from her perspective, so it does seem like it's the story of their relationship, and it's exploring the idea of having a relationship with somebody older than you, somebody more mature than you, somebody, like in her case, part of the reason that she's lonely is she has a hard time relating to people her age, potentially. Anyhow, I'll wrap it up proper. So we're almost there. One more block to go. Strange Weather in Tokyo is the type of book that's full of symbolism that you don't necessarily catch. It's kind of like I want to dissect it and look at the meaning of the food they're eating and the meaning of the poem that he's just recited to her. So I'm not taking enough time with it to be able to do that, but I'm enjoying the atmosphere of the book. It's quite atmospheric. It's very kind of surreal. I think I mentioned that before. One of the chapters I read, it almost felt like she was recounting a dream she had. So we don't really know. You do have that feeling of like, was that a dream or did that really happen? It's definitely got that dreamy quality to it. So Leonard Cohen lived across here on the plateau, across from, in the Portuguese neighborhood of the plateau, which is the same neighborhood that I live in. So he lived across from this diner called Bagel, etc. Famous Montreal diner called Bagel, etc., which is in part famous for having had Leonard Cohen hang out there. Show you, you know, the facade of the diner. And he also lived across from this really cute Portuguese little park. We have these little parks all over Montreal, just like most big cities. And the house, so we're actually on the back side of the house, but I think what I'll do is we'll start with the front side and then I'll show you the back side, because the back side of the house has a bunch of photos of Leonard Cohen and family and friends, so I'll save that as the last thing to show. But the street here is called Marianne, and there was somebody had added a sign above the street sign saying "So long, Marianne." But yeah, I think it's gone. I don't think it's still there. Yeah, it was sad. Everybody was really sad. So the park's behind me and the house is right across the street. Okay, so this is Leonard Cohen's house. This is the front part of the house. front facade. It's very modest. You wouldn't know. Wouldn't know from looking at it if you didn't know. And then I'll just walk us over to Bagel Etc. Also, side note, Bagel Etc. was one of my dad's really favorite places to go. So I don't know if you, for those of you who've been following my blog, you know, following my channel, you know that my dad recently died. So I'm thinking about him as well. And here, it's also very noisy because it's Saint Laurent, so it's a noisy, busy street. Party street. This is the pretty park, Portuguese park, across the street from Leonard Cohen's house. So this was his hang. These were the streets that he walked. I've heard many stories of people walking around the neighborhood and passing him on their evening stroll back in the day. So yeah, there's the house again. Here's a little homage. There are homages now everywhere. There are two massive murals. One of them is in my neighborhood too, but I think I'm gonna leave it because we don't want this vlog to be insanely long. It already is insanely long. And yeah, here's the back of the house. And you'll see coming up, there's some really sweet photos of Leonard with various members of their family and friends, and just some history there. Parties that were had here back in the day. There we go. So yeah, I'm gonna sign off, everyone. It's been fun. I hope you've enjoyed this touristy, non-touristy vlog of Montreal. And some reading, a little bit of reading, mostly Montreal. And I'll see you in the next one, which will probably be really soon. If you've lasted this long, thank you so much for watching. If you like the vlogs, maybe watch a few more. They don't have very many views. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye! Oh non, ça va, je fais une vidéo. Mais merci beaucoup. Merci. Non, ça va. Oh, toi aussi. Bonne fin de semaine. I never saw him in concert either. I went to the tribute at the Rialto.
Okay.
There was a tribute at the Rialto. A lot of Montreal musicians. I have to slow down because I'm getting winded.